How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. This is the ECOVACS T80 Omni robotic vacuum. I've reviewed over a dozen of these robotic vacuums and it's getting kind of boring to keep on doing the same thing over and over again. So I thought I'd try to make it a bit more interesting for myself by recording it in a brand new way that I've never seen before. And this is what I came up with. Record the action underneath the robot as it's doing its thing so that we can see in real time where the dirt is going, where it's mopping. In my kitchen, I actually use the ECOVACS N30 version. It's slightly older, it's not as advanced. If you open it up, the vacuum bag is right here. There's a clean water tank on the right, dirty water tank on the left. And if you look at the vacuum, the special thing about this is that it uses a roller mop. The roller mop keeps on refreshing itself. Every time it goes around one time, it scrapes off all the dirty water and it puts on new water onto the rollers. If I remove this little piece here, this is what catches all the dirty water and it gets sucked inside. And we're gonna open up the roller and pull it out. Typically the roller spins this way, and all across the top there are these nozzles that put fresh water right on top of the roller. As this spins around, the fresh water is on this side. And when it comes across this little blade here, it scrapes the roller so all the liquid comes off. Most of it does not get past this scraper. And remember, we're looking at this upside down, so all the water is gonna go upwards into this little tray here, and it'll fall into here where it gets sucked up by this nozzle. This is every single revolution this roller goes around. It's completely clean. It comes around and all the water that gets applied to the roller on this side gets removed by the time it goes one time around. Therefore, this thing is constantly cleaning itself every single revolution, and every time it moves, this is completely clean water now. You compare it to this spinning mop type, it will definitely wet it and all, but it's not going to renew itself on the vacuum itself. It has to go back to the station, clean the mops, and then come back out. This one's a lot more efficient in terms of mopping efficiency. There are other features, like they improved this little brush thing. There's two little brushes right next to each other instead of like a helicopter style where it's on both sides. Apparently this is supposed to work better. And also they have their anti-tangling mechanism that's inside. This mop also moves in and out so that it can mop the edges. A lot of incremental improvements here, and this would be considered their state-of-the-art vacuum cleaner. Keep in mind that this contrived area that I've built, it's made of glass. It's very, very slippery and it's a very constrained space. The positional accuracy might not be the best because it might slip on top of the glass rather than, let's say, carpet, right, where it would grip onto the debris. If it drives by, it's gonna blow on it, it's gonna move the debris, and this might make the vacuum look not as good. For the purpose of this test, just look at what it's doing right in the center for now. Here I am spreading a bunch of shredded paper on the glass surface. You can see me doing that. Look at that spinning brush. It's like this little claw thing. The first brush touches the debris and then the second one comes right after before it settles down. So I think that's what they're trying to do here. Make it like a double banger type of thing. It's like bam, bam, and it'll sweep the stuff into the vacuum area. The vacuum area is, you know, only about this wide. The little brush goes and sweep things into the vacuum area, so that's really cool. It sweeps it, it goes to the corner, and look at the very, very corner. It gets some of it, but then a little tiny bit of it just bounced around and stayed there. Keep in mind that this is a glass surface, so the debris is going to bounce around, as opposed to, let's say, if you're on carpet, it's not going to bounce around and it's going to suck more of it in. We have a little piece of brown debris that's stuck underneath the wheel, and as it moves about a little bit, okay, it kind of came loose and then it went in. Here it is doing it some more and, you know, just kind of vacuum more of those paper shreds inside. There's one more piece left. Is it gonna get it? Here we go. Here we go. It went in. Okay, great. But then there's a little piece at the corner, and you can see right there, the vacuum is pulling in air and it's pushing air out as well. So it works as like a little blower. So as it turns around, it pushes it away and it can't get it anymore. This is a result of me using a glass surface so that we can see what's going on. Let's take a look at the vacuuming area close up. Here it comes. And it turns around, brushes it into there, all goes in, and slow motion here, 1 wipe, 2 wipe, 3 wipe, it all goes in there. It's like going it really fast. We're gonna do a quick suction test. This is capable of 18,000 pascals of suction power. I'm gonna turn it on at maximum. There's a lot of air coming out of here, and if I put some debris in here, it sucks it in. I've collected some hairs and it actually got used multiple times, so I had to pick out all these little knots from it so that it's not included as part of the test. Here we go. There's a little brush. It just kind of sucks it in from the vacuuming negative pressure. It's pulling it in. The hair weighs almost nothing, so it's able to do that. Pay attention to the rollers. The hairs gets caught inside and it kind of wraps around the roller, and you can kind of see there's two black bars around the rollers here. That's getting caught in there, right? Most of the time it's gonna stay there until you manually go and take it out. But this particular robot has a detangling comb inside. If we keep on watching it, you'll see that the little black bars, it just starts to fade away because every once in a while the comb is able to grip onto the hair and pull it out. See? No tangles. This brush spins towards the camera and it spins into these sharp edges over here. I'm gonna remove this little piece. I have put some hair in here so we can do it in slow motion. Right here, it's catching some hair with those pins, and if I keep on pulling like this, it's gonna pull it away from the roller. Here I'm doing an extreme test case where I smothered the entire test area with one whole packet of ketchup. Note that the background looks a little different because I had to make the walls a little bit higher in order to make the robot recognize the walls. The little 2x4s that I've placed around the perimeter wasn't high enough. Here we see the mop rollers are spinning and it's picking up all this debris. Every single rotation it goes around, it's a brand new roller. And the vacuum rollers are not spinning so that it's not picking up this wet mess and sucking it into the dry chamber. It's not meant for wet messes, but the roller portion is. So when you select spot clean and mop only, it's only gonna mop. And you can see this robot picks everything up. It just mops it right up and it's as good as new. Here's a part where it extends the mop in order to clean the very corner. See, it turns around, the mop extends back out, it waits a little bit, and then it moves forward. And when you do it the second round, it really picks up anything that's left over. ECOVACS has granted me special developer access. You cannot normally turn your robot upside down and tell it to do these. These are special commands that I'm giving it. So once I do this, I can tell the mop to move outwards like so, and then put on some of this latte, and you can see even though I put it on, it gets cleaned up after 1 or 2 rounds or so. The mops gets refreshed as it's rolling around. Here I'll demonstrate the edge cleaning in this corner and that corner. I'm going to start it on vacuum mode and maximum suction power. And into that corner, picks it all up. And in a dim environment, it has its own flashlight. If you guys are interested in this BeatTheBush T80 Omni robotic vacuum, check out my affiliate link down in the video description below. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time.